Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Child Like Me, where we feature outstanding young ones. Right today, I'm going to be speaking with Tacius Kush Golden, an outstanding young man, and he's going to be telling us about his academic work as well as his passion for football. Kush, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great so far.
Okay, it's very good to have you. How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
All right, so Kush has left prep school and is going to be going to high school in September. So that's a milestone. Congratulations, Kush, on passing
Thank
your
you.
prep. Yes, outstanding.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to be talking about that in a little while. All right, so first of all, Kush, because this focus will be on your work in football, and I want to know what sparked your interest in football.
Well, I really like playing football because, it calms me down. It's really fun to play, and I'm
Mhm.
really passionate about it.
Well, I can see that, and we're going to be sharing some of your photos of you on the ball in a little while. For how long have you been involved in football?
I've been playing football for, I think it's 8 years now.
8
Eight
years now.
or
So from
9.
from you were about 4 years old, you were kicking the ball, and you found that this is something that you developed a passion for. You say that it calms you down. Do you have other hobbies?
Well, I really like playing table tennis as well,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think it's just table tennis.
All right. And how do you balance football with your academics?
Well, there's always a time to play football and there's always a time to for academics. So when it's time to play football, I'm locked into football. And when the time comes to do my work, I'll sit down and do my work.
All right. So, like on average for the week, how many hours do you say you have to dedicate to training and preparing yourself for the sport?
I train like 4 days a week, so that's probably like 96 hours.
Okay. 9 to 6 hours. Nine, say that again. I'm not getting that.
About 96 hours a week. Well,
96.
no, not 96. That's
So,
not
so
96.
per day is how many? You do it 4 days, and how many hours per day?
Six hours a week.
6 hours. Okay. All right. So roughly an hour and a half per day. Um, what are the implications of this training that you have to undergo? Because watching professional athletes, we sometimes take for granted the pain that they have to go through. Sometimes they have serious injuries that require surgery. I know you're not at that level yet, but what are some of um, the negative things about this, the training and the strain that you have to put yourself through?
Well, when training, you can sometimes you can injure yourself during training. Training really hard, you can overdo it and pull muscles,
Yeah.
damage your body.
Have you ever had any major or almost major injuries that kind of set you back a bit?
I think I've had two injuries that had a major impact on me. I had a groin injury in my left groin, and I also had a knee injury in my left knee.
Okay. Did it require surgery, or did it just take you out of action for days or weeks?
It took me out of action for some good weeks. Some good
So
weeks.
okay, for a couple of weeks. So typically, all right, you get home from practice, you kind of pain up. What do you do to kind of ease that? Are there any remedies, any techniques that you practice?
Well, after when I come home, I will do some stretches, and
Mm-hmm.
for recovery, I will take time. Sometimes take ice baths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff like that to help me recover.
Okay. And I imagine that mommy and daddy are involved not only in having to, taking you to practice and getting you home, but helping you to, if you have pain and so on, helping you to manage that. And I imagine the pep talks that have to go on. What's the role that mommy and daddy play?
Mommy and daddy are very supportive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they support me. They've been supporting me throughout my whole football career
Mm-hmm.
that I have.
All
They're
right.
very supportive.
Um, I don't know if you want to mention your coach. You can if you want to, but I want to get an idea of just how rigorous the training process is.
Well, some of my coaches, they love me, so they'll push me very hard to
Mm-hmm.
to fulfill my potential.
Mm-hmm. And what does the preparation entail? Let's say before a major game, what kind of preparation do you have to do?
They will give us pep talks. They will, yeah, I think they just give us pep talks to prepare our mind before the game and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that we're locked in and we're in the mindset to win.
Okay. For those who have been living under a rock and are not familiar with, what football is, just give us a synopsis of what this game is all about.
Football, football is a game that can be played by anyone,
How many
disabled,
members? How many team? How many persons are on a team?
11 players that are starting, and they also have substitutes. So
Mhm. So it's two
18,
teams
18
against each other. Is it?
players,
It's always two teams, right, against each other?
always two teams.
Yeah, and 11 players each. And is there for the selection process? Is there any requirement that a person has to meet?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have 2 feet to play.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
So let's say
you
like
have to.
a child has respiratory ailment, like a child who is asthmatic. Can that child play football?
They can play, but it's gonna be really challenging for them because football is a game where you have to be up and down the field,
Mm-hmm.
for 45 minutes, and then
Okay.
another 45
So
minutes.
each game lasts how long? 45 minutes. That's at the
90
junior
minutes, but there's
level.
two.
Oh, so 45 minutes
Professional
time.
professional level.
Mm-hmm.
The junior level is sometimes 20 minutes a half
Okay.
or 30 minutes a half.
Okay. So for adults, at the professional level, a typical game is 90 minutes. For juniors, you're saying sometimes a game can last even 20 minutes, half an hour, right?
It
And
can it
then
can it can last 60
there's
minutes
half.
with
Sorry, you're breaking up a little. You were breaking up a
junior
little.
level, a game can either be 60 minutes or 40 minutes, with 20 being one half
Mm-hmm.
and 30 being one half.
Okay. Do you have particular footballers that you study, professional footballers who you study them, maybe watch videos or go to games to study their moves?
I really watch Cristiano Ronaldo because he's a very hardworking person, and
Mm-hmm.
on the ball, he's very magical.
Okay. So Ronaldo, would you say that's your favorite footballer?
I would say yes because at the age of 39, he's still performing well.
Do you watch the greats of the past, like Pele and Maradona, or you just focus on the current tops in the game?
I watch the past players like Pele, Maradona, Zidane, Ronaldinho, Garincha, going back very far,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and other players.
Do you have your coach put you on a particular diet and said, well, you have to eat more of this kind of food, or you have to stop eating certain kinds of food in order to keep your top form for the game? Or can you still go and eat what many other kids eat, the fast food and just pretty much anything that you would normally eat?
Many coaches would recommend us to eat healthy foods like salad, chicken that has
Mm-hmm.
protein, foods that have carbohydrates. They also recommend us to drink a lot of water,
Mm-hmm. Stay
to
hydrated.
stay hydrated, and drink less sugary juices and stuff.
Okay. Do you find it restrictive at all to stick to that diet?
Well, it's not really restrictive because they only tell us that to make sure that you're in good shape
Mm.
and that you're healthy. Stay healthy.
So have you represented your school at certain levels? Have you represented your country? What's the highest level of representation you have done in football?
Going going overseas to Minnesota to represent my club and also my country.
How recent?
I've also gone overseas to represent my school in the Inter Miami Cup for football and also representing Jamaica.
Okay, how recently was that? The last one, the most recent one.
The, la- the most recent one was in
Mm-hmm.
June, which was in Minnesota. The one for USA Cup. I think it was no, it was actually July. Yeah, July for USA Cup in
Okay.
Minnesota.
And how did we do?
Well, we participated in two parts of the tournament, one of which was the week long and the weekend tournament.
Okay.
Well, for both of those tournaments, we made it to quarterfinals.
Okay, that's good.
We also played in gold category for U13.
Mm-hmm. Do you is this something that, well, I know you love it, you're passionate about it, but is it something you want to do professionally when you grow up,
Yes, I would like to play football professionally when I grow up.
alongside anything, or just focusing on football, a professional footballer?
Well, if I
You
don't
have
make
other
it pro,
ambitions?
yeah, if I don't make it pro, I would want to be an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But football is your main goal then?
that's my main goal.
Okay. So have you do you have an idea of what you will need to do and where you need to go and who you need to link up with in order to make this a reality, to be on? Because I'm sure if this is something you want to do professionally, then your aim would be the highest, which is international competition. So what are the steps you're going to need to take? You're going to high school now, begin going to start high school. What are the steps you're going to need to take?
I'm going to really need to be hungry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that I'm working very hard and that I'm doing my my extra training to practice all my skills and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I'm very consistent with it.
Okay. So at the high school level, do you know as of now, what are the competitions that you're going to look forward to at that level, and then maybe college level?
I'm I'm looking forward to be playing the Pepsi, which is for under 14.
Mm-hmm.
Also, after that is Colts, which is under 16, and then there's Manning Cup, which is I think it's under 19 or under 20.
Okay. So you definitely have done your homework. You know what you're going to you know what's ahead of you. There are persons who would say, students should not focus solely on sports. Sports should not be a priority, even though it can be argued that sportsmen, if they excel, they do earn a lot, right? Those at the top, they do earn a lot, sometimes much more than even some professionals. But there are persons who would say no, you need to um, sports should be a kind of side thing after you have um, fulfilled your academic qualifications. Would you agree with that? Do you think that you would need to secure an academic degree, even an undergraduate degree, the first degree, before you focus on the football, or do you think that's not necessary in this day and age? Because some people say no, in this day and age we can't think those things that we used to think 2 decades ago. It's a different time. How do you feel about that? You think you need to get earn a
Well,
degree first, or it doesn't matter?
academics and sports can get you to a college. So without if you just focus on sports alone, I'm not sure if that's gonna really help you to get so far. I think you need academic because if you break your leg or something like that right before you're gonna go pro
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what you're going to do, then that's going to be a problem. So that's why I think that you do need academics.
Yeah, because you have some athletes who they bypass the academic, because you can, as you say, you can get into college, you can on a scholarship, a sports scholarship, right? And they put the academics aside, focus on the sport, and sometimes even at the height of their game and earning all this money, they eventually lose it because they don't have the know-how to invest it. Because remember, sports is not something that you can rely on for life, right? As you age, a lot of these sports, by the time you're in your late 20s, 30s, you have to start thinking of retiring, right? And a lot of these athletes, they didn't put that in place, and they were thinking of investing because they just didn't have that know-how, and ended up flat broke. So you would need to ensure that certain things are in place. What age the average professional footballer has to retire? Do you know?
Average age is like in your late 30s, about like when you're 40, they probably
About,
will retire.
yeah, right. So if you're going to decide to focus on football, I would encourage you to have your academic standing intact so that or and also invest in, as you said, you want to be an entrepreneur, so you can have that also while you're doing the football, have that going, have your investment, so you have something to fall back on, right? Because football is not something you can do for life as a life career. um who would you say, before we go into the slideshow and share with our viewers your beautiful pics, and they're really going to enjoy these pics, who are your mentors? Who do you look
When
up
you
to
said,
for inspiration and guidance?
um, I look up to Ronaldo, because Ronaldo, at the age of 39, his mindset is where he can still do it, and although most athletes would retire at that age, he's still pushing and he's still going, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's very inspiring to me. That I
Mm-hmm.
also also
Okay. And I'm sure, go ahead.
that's
You were freezing a bit, Kush. Could you repeat the last thing you said about your mentors?
no, that was just it, Ronaldo, because at
Oh,
the age of 39 he's still going.
all right. Okay, so we're going to share with our viewers some of your picks. And what I'd like you to do, Kush, is to just, whenever a pick pops up, just tell us what is happening in the moment. Where were you? If you can remember anything that comes to your head about that pick, you can share with us. So I'm going to share the screen now, and we're going to have a look at some picks.
That was in USA Cup when I think I received the ball on the left side, it was, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of my players open and I decided to make that pass.
Okay.
That was a graduation from grade 6 going into high school at Emmanuel
Do,
Christian Academy.
all right. So do you want to share which high school you'll be going? You don't have to if you don't want to.
But I'll be going to Campion College September.
Okay. All right. So congratulations on your excellent performance in the PEP. And I
Thank
hope that, as you go to high school, you'll keep a firm head on your body, because peer pressure is a very strong thing, right? And peer pressure can influence you positively, but unfortunately, most times it's a negative influence. So just keep a firm head, keep your mentors in sight, and listen to guidance from mommy and daddy. All right, so this is
you.
Tacius Kush Golding.
Well, that was while I was playing, and I think it was, no, I don't think I can remember that one, but I think I was biting my gum, and that's why my mom
Oh,
looked like that.
okay. It says midfield. You midfield under 13.
Yeah, that's my position, and age category I play.
Okay, so do you always play midfield? Do you have a fixed position that you always play?
Midfield is my fixed position, but sometimes coaches will put me in defense.
Okay, so would you say you're a kind of all rounder, or you're comfortable in that position and you play best in that position?
I'm an all rounder because I play all positions.
Okay. Do you ever do some goalkeeping?
Never.
Never goalkeeping. Okay. I love this pick. It really shows the action and all this the strength that's required. I've never played. I don't remember ever playing football ever. Is there a girls team, or is just
For
boys?
for football or for the club that I play for.
Whichever.
Well,
Explain to me because I don't know much about the sport.
yeah, there's woman football for
Mm-hmm.
like Premier League, women's Premier League. They also have women's World Cup and
Mm-hmm.
women's Euros, and yeah.
Okay. Do they ever have mixed games where you play against girls?
Well, not professionally, but
Mm.
for fun or for charity.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. This trophy is almost as big as you.
Yeah. Well, that
Which
was that
trophy is this?
was that was all prep stars for the
Okay.
2023-2024 prep league.
And your prep was Emmanuel Christian Academy, am I right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was all stars. That was like the best players of that tournament playing on one team
Oh, okay. What?
from different schools. This one was that was in 2022 for the Champions Cup in Orlando when I was playing for my school team, Emmanuel, and
Mm-hmm.
we won the silver trophy, which
All
was
right.
in the silver category, but first place.
Awesome. Wow.
That was that was Victory Cup for U11 in 2022 as well,
Mm-hmm.
when it was the finals and that was the last penalty kick. So if I had scored that, my
Mm-hmm.
ballers would win it all, and I scored.
Okay. Is it a lot for you to? I guess it comes naturally after a while, but I'm just thinking it's a lot to remember all the rules. Was it challenging at first when you just started playing the game, remembering you can't do this, you can't do that?
Well, no, not really, because the rules. When you start football, the rules they're not so strict on the rules. So like, it's not really challenging to remember because the ball accidentally touches your hand at like U6 at those ages. The
Mm-hmm.
referee won't call it because you're young and you're just learning. So it
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
really be so hard.
Have you ever won on a penalty kick?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, this one was a okay, and that's you again,
That was the
champion.
same tournament in 2022 for ECA when we won Champions Cup.
Okay.
That was a picture of me in All Stars when the ball was coming down in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure if I can remember that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I really love the pick. I really love it.
That
And this
was
looks like It's in the night. This is at night.
Yeah, it was a night game for it was a practice match for the upcoming tournament of Springs Cup. And I remember when it was a
Mm-hmm.
corner and I had run to get the ball. I controlled it and saw the goal and decided to shoot.
Okay. I you kick with a particular leg or usually?
I keep it both foot, but I'm really right footed, but I took that shot with my left foot.
Mm-hmm.
That was Victory Cup 2022 for U11, and I was the captain of my team that time for ECA.
Oh,
And
awesome.
we were runner up in that tournament. But it was really a big feeling because in that tournament where I think we were at the bottom of the table,
Yeah.
in the group, and we our coach gave us a few talks and we started to win our matches and we just gained from it, and we also beat a side that we never think that we could beat. But yeah,
Mm. You mentioned that you were the captain. So I imagine this brings out leadership skills, right?
yeah, I had to lead my team from the bottom to runner up.
What does a captain do? The captain of a football team. What's your role?
Well, the captain is just to say that this person is leading the team and that you should really respect them. And the
Mm-hmm.
captain chooses like at the start of the game which side they will take, whether they kick off
Mm-hmm.
or they select the side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For how long were you captain?
I was captain for some tournaments, and that was one of the tournaments that I was captain for.
Okay.
That was in training when we had to dribble from somewhere to somewhere else. I can't remember it clearly, but I was dribbling from one place to another.
Okay.
That was in the semifinals of um a Burger Cup in Prep League.
Mm-hmm.
I think goals are throwing, and I think I was shooting the person and letting the ball roll past me so I could run onto it.
Okay. So you really have to be watching the ball and you have to be making decisions on the spot, right? To get the best advantage. I can just
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah, I can just imagine.
I remember that when it was someone threw the ball to me and I controlled it. I looked up, saw the pass, and made it.
Okay. I see the spectators there looking like moms and dads. You say your mom and dad are very supportive. Is it that they take turns attending the games or they're always at the games together or what's it like?
Well, my mom is at almost all of my games, but sometimes they can't make it, and
Mm-hmm.
so. But my mom is really the one that's at most of them. My
So you
dad,
have soccer
when
mom.
he has free time, he'll sometimes come to watch me.
Okay. You have a soccer mom. And here you are reflecting. What are you thinking about here?
I think that was in Old Harbor, and I
Mm.
was just sitting down thinking. Um, Mommy decided to take a picture, and as I looked at her, she just snapped it at it.
All right. And this is a very powerful word written across your chest. What word is that?
Champion.
Champion. Yes, absolutely. And on this channel, we feature champions. We feature children who are outstanding. All right. So read what this says for me. Read what it says for me.
Emmanuel Christian Academy, a ministry of Emmanuel Baptist Church, Certificate of Academic Achievement awarded to Tacius Golden of grade 6 Logan for outstanding performance in Bible, Spanish, music ability, mathematics, art and craft, integrated writing, oral reading, physical education, performance task math, and penmanship. Also for
Awesome.
improvement, good citizenship.
Awesome. Congratulations, Kus. This is wonderful. And this was June. This is this year. So this was when what at graduation this year?
Yeah, from
Yeah,
grade 6.
June 2024, right? So you're leaving prep school with outstanding achievement, Bible, Spanish, music, ability, mathematics, art and craft, integrated writing, oral reading, physical education, performance task math, penmanship, improvement, and good citizen. This is also, I can just imagine how proud your mom and dad and grandpa and your family members are actually of you. And this one, read what this one says.
Emmanuel Christian Academy, a minister of Emmanuel Baptist Church, Certificate of Excellence is hereby awarded to Tacius Golden for placing fifth in the class boy grade 6 Logan for the school year 2023 to 2024.
Okay, certificate of excellence. I really love this pic. I keep repeating it because I love it so much. It just shows the action, the focus, the strength. Look at. I mean, I don't know if I can do these moves. Do you go to the you have any kind of gym equipment at home that you practice? Do you swim? What else do you do?
Well, I do swimming, but I don't really do gym exercises because I'm young and my
Yeah.
muscles need to develop.
Do you jog?
Yeah, sometimes with my family, I take walks outside and we jog
Mm.
sometimes.
How about martial arts?
Yeah, I've done taekwondo before and um capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial art.
Yeah, that's the one where you look like you're dancing, right?
Yeah,
Hmm. Ah, and who are these lovely people?
that's my dad and that's my mom.
You want to tell us their names?
My dad is Stephen Golden and my mom is Empress Golden.
Okay, beautiful parents. And who is this little one?
That's my younger sister, Zipporah Golden.
Zipporah. Okay, so this was at graduation. Okay,
That
and again,
was
Zipporah.
that was my sister's grade 2. I think it was her Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
No, grade 1. Her Thanksgiving for grade 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she got um principals are award for most outstanding girl,
Wow.
and I think she had placed. I'm not sure what she placed in her class, but I
Mm-hmm.
remember coming downstairs and congratulating her and giving her a big hug.
Yeah. You seem to be close. Are you very close with your sister?
Very close,
Yeah.
cause she follows in my footsteps too.
Uh, does she like sports?
Yeah, she really likes football and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes she'll play tennis. Yeah.
I've seen videos of Zipporah preparing meals. Do you help out in the kitchen when mom is in the kitchen? You and Zipporah?
But I probably would do it when I'm like in that mood, but most of the times I don't really help.
Okay. All right. So this is that's the school that
That
you're heading
was
to in a couple
that
weeks.
was that was last year's summer when
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I were driving past the school and we
Mm-hmm.
decided to stop and take a picture with me in front of it because that was the
Mm-hmm.
school that I had wanted to go to.
Okay. So Campion was your goal. What do you like about Campion?
It's the academics are very good. It's a co-ed school.
Mm-hmm.
They're building up their football team, and I think
Mm-hmm.
it has a lot of potential to be really
Okay.
good.
Do you
And my
prefer
dad
private
also,
schools?
yeah, I prefer co-ed schools because I don't want to be in a school for 5, 6 years with
Mm-hmm.
just boys in it.
Okay. So you think it would make you a more rounded person to experience being with male and female students. A lot of persons feel that way. Just this week, I heard my students having a debate about that. All right. And this is a short clip. So this is you at table tennis.
Yeah, that was the semifinals of
Mhm.
a tournament.
Okay. Are these your coaches?
Yeah, three of them were my coaches.
Okay.
Three females.
All right. So I think that is the end of the slideshow. Right. Yeah, that was nice. I really enjoyed that. And there are some of those pics I just keep looking at them because they really whoever the photographer was, I imagine it was mom. Most of them.
So,
Oh,
mom has hired someone to take those pictures.
oh, because trust me, they captured the moment. They captured the intensity. They captured the strength and all of that. That goes into these games because those of us who don't um play much sports, I think we don't really fully grasp. It's just like, well, the Olympics wrapping up now, and many times persons would be cheering for a particular team or cheering for our national athletes, and then they might slip up, or they get injured, or for whatever reason they didn't place, and people just up in arms against them, and they don't realize just what goes into preparing for the game. That's one, preparing for the competition, and the mental fortitude that you have to have just to face the competitors, right? And many of us who are running off our mouth, we can't even do 1/10, not even 1/10 of what these athletes are capable of, right? So going into, as you go on, Kush, and as you enter professional football in years to come, maybe 5, 7 years down the line, before that happens, you have to bear in mind that you're going to have to, it's not just a physical thing. You're mentally, you're going to have to be strong as well, right? Do you follow Simone Biles, the
I'm not.
gymnast?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so she is actually the top gymnast. She's an African American, and the reason why I bring her up, even though she has been the top gymnast for a while and doing things that most gymnasts refuse to do because of the danger involved, and they have been naming certain categories just off her because she's the only one willing to do it. She pulled out of the, I think it was, I don't remember if it was the Olympics. Yeah, I think it was the Olympics, the last Olympics. She pulled out because she felt really pressured, the mental strain that she was going through. It was COVID, in the time of COVID, and a lot of things were happening in her life. And she made the decision to pull out of the competition to go and take care of her mental health. And many persons were up in arms against her because they felt like she let down the USA team, she let down Black America, she let down so many people. But she understood that her mental health was priority, and she took that time for herself and took a couple of years to deal with those issues and on par. So my advice to you as you go forward in this is your passion, and you're going to make it into a livelihood. But just bear in mind that you should not allow others' expectations to weigh on you, because the sport is very demanding physically and mentally. And if you are ever at the point where you feel like you need to choose between your mental health and your physical accomplishment, always choose your mental health. That's my advice to you, Kush, as you go forward. Are there any parting words you want to throw out there, whether to your friends, family, and your future fans? Any parting shots?
Keep hustling, keep trying,
Mm-hmm.
even though when it looks like you're not going to make it, you have to
Yeah.
keep believing in yourself.
Yes, those are very good words, Kush. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out. And congratulations on all of your accomplishments, particularly the most recent. I know you're just back from competition, what, a couple of weeks ago or just last week. And you're also moving to high school. That's a milestone. It's a very important step. So, congratulations, Kush. And it was
Thank
lovely talking with you and looking at those beautiful pics. So, I hope to be able to talk to you again as you move further, right? So, I'll reach out to you again and thank you for your time.
Okay.